Welcome to today's episode. The title is Introduction to AI World. Now, if you've been in IT for a while, you've seen plenty of buzzwords come and go. Cloud, microservices, DevOps, and now AI is the new one in the spotlight. Everyone is talking about generative AI, large language models, and RAG. It can feel overwhelming. So let's break it down into a simple, friendly story. Think back to the old days when we built software by writing rule after rule. If balance is less than 0, show insufficient funds. If password doesn't match, deny access. That was intelligence, yes, but very rigid. AI changes the approach. Instead of writing rules, we let the system learn from data. This is called machine learning. It's like teaching a child. You show them thousands of pictures of cats and dogs, and they just figure out the difference. You don't write if whiskers then cat in their brain. They learn patterns on their own. Now, in the last few years, a new wave has arrived, generative AI. Unlike earlier AI, which mostly classified or predicted, generative AI can create. Imagine the leap from a calculator that only solves equations to a poet who writes original verses after reading thousands of poems. That's the shift. You can now ask AI to write an email, generate code, or even draw a picture. The engine behind this is what we call large language models, or LLMs. Don't get lost in the name. At a high level, an LLM is just a giant statistical model trained on massive amounts of text. It reads billions of sentences from books, websites, and articles and learns how words usually follow each other. Here's the secret sauce. These models use something called a transformer architecture. Think of it as a very smart reader. Instead of reading one word at a time in order, it looks at all the words in a sentence together and figures out which words relate most strongly. For example, in the sentence, "The cat sat on the mat," the model knows cat is closely linked to sat and mat. This ability to pay attention to the right words is why we call it the attention mechanism. And that's what makes transformers so powerful. They can capture relationships in language better than older models ever could. But here's the catch. These models are general purpose. They've read a lot, but they don't know your company's data or the latest updates. And sometimes they make things up. We call that hallucination. That's where RAG comes in. Retrieval Augmented Generation. Imagine combining Google search with ChatGPT. First, a search step happens. It pulls the right documents from your database, PDFs, or knowledge base. Then, the language model takes those documents and generates a natural response. It's like having two assistants, one who finds the book in the library and another who explains it in plain English. Under the hood, RAG uses something called embeddings. Embeddings are like fingerprints for text. Every paragraph or document is converted into a vector, a list of numbers that capture its meaning. When you ask a question, your query is also converted into a vector. Then the system finds which documents have vectors closest to your query. That's how it knows what's relevant before passing it to the model. Now you might ask, why all this hype only now? The idea of AI has been around for decades. The answer is, 3 things came together. 1. Data. We now have more digital data than at any point in history. 2. Computing power. GPUs, the same chips that once powered video games, are perfect for the heavy math behind AI. Cloud platforms now make this computing accessible to everyone. And 3. New algorithms. The transformer model, introduced in 2017, was a breakthrough. Put these together and suddenly, AI could move from research labs to everyday apps. Of course, AI isn't magic. It's not always right. It can reflect biases in the data it was trained on. It can generate nonsense if you're not careful. And running these models can be expensive. They eat GPUs for breakfast. Just like in the early days of cloud, when we learned about cost optimization and scaling, we're now learning how to make AI practical in real-world systems. But the impact is undeniable. For the first time, anyone, not just developers, can directly use advanced tech. A teacher can ask AI to prepare a lesson plan. A lawyer can draft contracts faster. A small business can create marketing content. And developers can code with an AI co-pilot by their side. It feels very much like when search engines first appeared, or when email became mainstream. The productivity leap is obvious and immediate. So if you're an IT veteran and this feels intimidating, don't worry. The principles you already know still matter. Data modeling, queries, optimization. AI just adds a new layer, one that makes machines conversational and creative. As we step into this new era, expect to see more specialized models, deeper integrations, and smarter reasoning. Just as we once moved from mainframes to desktops, desktops to the web, and web to the cloud, today we are stepping into the AI era. And maybe years from now, people will look back and say, this was the moment when computers stopped being just machines and started becoming collaborators.